You burst into existence as a tiny pink blob, weighing just 1.5 grams, barely heavier than a paperclip. Your life begins crammed into a dark underground chamber, buried away from everything, in a nest your mom built inside her maze of tunnels. And you're not alone. Your brothers and sisters squirm right alongside you, all fighting for mom's limited milk supply. Your first month is basically a race against death. Everything around you stays cold and wet, with dirt pressing in from all sides. Up above, foxes, owls, and weasels constantly hunt for a way into your home. They'd tear you apart in seconds if they found you. But honestly, you've got bigger problems right now. See, your most important survival tool, that weird tentacled thing that looks like it belongs on some alien creature, sits completely useless right now. Your star nose, the thing that makes you special, stays sealed shut during your first 2 weeks. It's like being born with your superpower locked away when you need it most. While mom goes hunting, you and your siblings just lie there, helpless, with no working star nose. You can barely move around. Your eyes stay shut, same with your ears. You exist in a sensory void where basic touch is all you've got. When mom returns, it's pure chaos, as everyone scrambles blindly for a nipple, guided only by her body heat and raw instinct. This early stage is when you're weakest. The underground world shows no mercy. A flood can drown your whole family in minutes. Temperature changes that adults handle fine can kill you. And if mom doesn't come back from hunting, game over. Every day, your tiny body rushes to develop that star-shaped sense organ. It's not just some weird growth. It's the most sensitive touch organ in the animal kingdom. And without it, you're basically doomed. Your metabolism burns through energy, turning mom's milk into fuel needed to grow at crazy speeds. Around day 14, something big happens. Your star starts to open up for the first time. Those 22 tentacles, 11 pairs arranged in a star pattern around your nostrils, begin working. Each tentacle connects to your brain, wiring up 25,000 specialized touch receptors called Eimer's organs. As your star wakes up, the world transforms. Suddenly, you can see with touch, detecting tiny changes in your environment that other mammals could never notice. Your brain processes this information at incredible speeds, turning the dark, wet underground from a confusing mess into a detailed map. You feel the subtle differences between soil types, detect electrical signals from tiny worms, and navigate the tunnels your mother dug. Your radar-like star now works fully, but there's no time to celebrate. With this sensory tool comes an urgent job. You need to become the fastest eater on the planet. While humans brag about their quick reflexes, you're about to make them look frozen in time. Your survival depends on processing information at speed that push against biology's limits. The muddy wetlands you call home crawl with tiny prey, countless worms, insects, and crustaceans wiggling through the soil. Sounds like an all-you-can-eat buffet, right? Not really. Each of these tiny morsels contains barely enough calories to matter. Creating your daily problem, you must catch and eat hundreds of these minimal nutrition snacks just to keep your heart beating. This is where speed becomes your superpower. You've got to identify and swallow prey in less than a quarter second, faster than humans blink. Think about that. While people still process what they're looking at, you've already found, checked, and eaten your food. Your brain evolved for this extreme challenge, making decisions about what's edible in just 8 milliseconds. That's not a mistake. 8 milliseconds sits basically at the neurological speed limit for any mammal. Your brain literally cannot go any faster without breaking the laws of physics that control how neurons fire. Your star's design isn't random either. Those tentacles arrange precisely, with the smallest pair, the 11th ray, serving as your high-def inspection zone. Think of it as your personal tactile FAA, similar to how humans have a small area of their retina for detailed vision. When your outer tentacles detect something interesting, you instantly shift your star to examine it with this specialized 11th ray, a movement that resembles how humans move their eyes to focus. Working perfectly with your sensory star are your specialized front teeth. These aren't normal teeth. They evolved into natural tweezers, perfectly designed to grab tiny prey from the ground. The instant your star identifies something edible, through constant practice, you perfect a foraging technique that would make competitive eaters look lazy. Your star touches 10 to 15 separate patches of ground every second while searching for food. When you hit the jackpot, you can eat up to 8 different prey items in less than 2 seconds. That's not just fast. That's star-nosed mole fast, a category of speed in its own league. Those systematic sweeps across the soil made you master of land hunting. But that's only half your potential territory. The wetlands you call home fill with streams and ponds that remain untapped food, sources for most mammals except you. When you enter water, you don't lose your sensory superpower. You transform it. Unlike almost every other mammal, you can actually smell underwater. Sounds impossible, doesn't it? As you swim through murky ponds and streams, you perform a bizarre ritual. You blow bubbles. These aren't random. They're precisely engineered tools, produced with remarkable control. You create 8 to 12 tiny air bubbles every second, each measuring just 0.06 to 0.1. You direct these mini bubbles at potential food items or along scent trails, creating a mobile scent sampling system. But the real magic happens next. After blowing these bubbles onto objects or areas of interest, you inhale them back into your nostrils, effectively sampling the water for scents. It's like creating dozens of tiny underwater test tubes every minute, each one gathering chemical information that would otherwise remain inaccessible to a mammal's nose. This bubble-sniffing technique opens up an entirely new hunting ground. During summer months, you're busy beneath water's surface, foraging for aquatic insects, worms, and crustaceans they can never reach. Your expanded menu means more calories and better survival chances. Of course, this underwater world brings its own dangers. Northern pike and other large fish now see you as a potential meal, watching your movements as you search for food. These predators pose an entirely different threat than the land hunters. One wrong move while you're focused on bubble blowing, and you could become lunch. But the risks are worth taking. As adulthood brings new pressures, your biological clock ticks in a way that makes human concerns about aging seem luxuriously slow. With a lifespan of only about 2 years, you don't have time to waste. The race to find a mate becomes urgent as winter approaches. Those 22 tentacles that serve you so well in hunting now become your dating app, detecting the subtle chemical and tactile signals of potential mates. In a world without vision, it's these invisible scent trails and tactile messages that lead you to reproductive success. If you're a male, your body undergoes dramatic changes during mating season. Your testes swell to nearly 9% of your body mass, a remarkable physical transformation, designed to enhance your reproductive chances in the brief window nature provides. Considering your already high metabolic demands, supporting this reproductive system puts even more pressure on your hunting abilities. Late winter into early spring brings your chance to mate. Females produce just 1 litter of 4 to 5 young in late spring or early summer. If that first reproductive attempt fails, there might be a second chance for another litter. But the biological window stays narrow. And then one day, as you scurry through your tunnels, searching for yet another meal to fuel your ridiculous metabolism, you realize something awful. Your star nose doesn't work quite as well as it used to. Those lightning-fast reflexes that kept you alive, they're slowing down. In the brutal world of the star-nosed mole, getting old means getting dead. In your final days, you find yourself struggling to maintain your tunnels, to hunt with your former precision. The very adaptations that made you such a specialized marvel now make your decline that much more precipitous. Your star, once so exquisitely sensitive, begins to fail you at the worst possible time. And unlike some flashy animals who get human documentaries made about them, you'll die alone in the darkness, with not a single Wikipedia editor noting your passing.